I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Tuesday, October the 28th, 2014. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu restated Israel's right to build in Jerusalem and responded to criticism over the building by the United States. Yesterday, the U.S. State Department expressed concern over Israel's announced construction in Jerusalem over the Green Line. State Department spokesperson Jen Psaki said the new construction plans, which include 660 units in Ramot Shlomo in the northern part of the city and 400 in the southern neighborhood of Har Homa, are incompatible with the pursuit of peace. Netanyahu responded, saying today that it is statements like these that push away peace, not construction. The Prime Minister went on to say, when Abbas incites to murder Jews in Jerusalem, the international community remains silent. But when we build in Jerusalem, they are angered. I don't accept this double standard. The Prime Minister there referring to comments made by the PA president last week about tensions at the Temple Mount. Abbas had said that Jews should be prevented from entering the holy site by any means. Netanyahu said it was Abbas's incitement and the PA's partner Hamas that led to the terror attack last week at the light rail stop in Jerusalem that killed 2 people. Israeli President Reuven Rivlin is in Poland today, his first official visit abroad since becoming the country's 10th president this past June, to attend the inauguration of the Polin Museum of the History of Polish Jews in Warsaw. Rivlin was joined by Polish President Bronisław Komorowski, as well as Holocaust survivors and donors, including its largest private donors to the museum, the Taub Philanthropies and the Koret Foundation. Built on the site of the former Warsaw Ghetto, the Multimedia Museum took 7 years to build. Its core exhibit is dedicated to showing the rich history of 1,000 years of Jewish life in Poland before that was destroyed during the Holocaust. Speaking at the ceremony today, Rivlin said, "I do not stand here as an individual, but as the representative of an entire people." He said, "Israel will not surrender. We will build our future, our eyes open and alert. We will not treat threats lightly. We will not treat lightly shameful threats calling for the obliteration of the Jewish people. The Holocaust continues to serve as a warning against non-banal evil." Museum Director Darush Stola said at the opening, "We are reconstructing something that was completely destroyed. The void is the biggest monument of Jewish Warsaw, empty places. And this museum will compensate for it. It will show the story." A delegation from Bar-Ilan University had an audience with Pope Francis yesterday at the Vatican, where the pontiff accepted the Israeli university's highest honor and award of distinction to recognize his ongoing efforts for peace, understanding, and human rights. The school's president, Rabbi Professor Daniel Hershkovitz, said that Bar-Ilan has been working for years to bridge gaps and create understanding within Israeli society, saying it is therefore a deep privilege to be meeting with and honoring the Pope, who has taken it upon himself to undertake this tremendous task on a worldwide scale. The Pope told the delegation, "We are the sons of Abraham, and we have the privilege and the responsibility to guide humankind on the path to peace." After 28 years of service, Senior Vice President of the Jewish Council for Public Affairs, Martin J. Raffel, has stepped down. Raffel was honored Sunday night by the JCPA at a reception which established a special fund in his honor. The Martin J. Raffel Israel Missions Fund will support JCPA's Israel missions and honor Raffel's ongoing work and commitment to Israel and to the Council. At the Council, Raffel served as the Senior Vice President and Director of the Task Force on Israel, World Jewry, and International Human Rights, and for the last 4 years as Project Director of the Israel Action Network, which combats attacks on Israel's legitimacy and the BDS, or Boycott, Divestment, and Sanctions movement. Council President Rabbi Steve Gutto said of Raffel, "His love for the Jewish people and great wisdom on Israel will continue to guide and inspire us in all that we do." According to the JCPA, Raffel is leaving his post to pursue his passion for Israel in new ways. Today marks the 100th birthday of Jewish-American medical researcher and virologist Jonas Salk, who discovered the vaccine for polio. And Google honored Salk today with one of its famous doodles for the occasion. Salk was born to Jewish parents in New York City in 1914. He discovered and developed the first successful polio vaccine against the disease that caused thousands of deaths and paralysis, primarily affecting children. The Salk vaccine was officially introduced in 1957, and Salk was hailed as a hero and miracle worker. He spent his later years working towards a vaccine for HIV. Salk died in 1995 at the age of 80. And turning to our JBS programming for today, Tuesday, October the 28th, at 8 tonight, an interfaith panel talks about religion in times of crisis, led by Rabbi Daniel Cohen of Congregation Agudath Shalom in Stamford, Connecticut. And then at 9 tonight, the real-life stars of the award-winning documentary The Green Prince, Hamas militant turned Shin Bet spy Mossab Hassan Youssef and Shin Bet handler Gonen Ben Yitzchak, sit down with Mark Golub on L'chaim to talk about their incredible story. That's here on JBS and jbstv.org. And that's the JBS News Update for Tuesday, October the 28th, 2014. I'm Teisha Bader.